G'day everyone, I'm here with another video for you today. I'm sorry it's been a week or so. We've been a little bit busy, had a little bit of wet weather and a few technical difficulties keeping me from the camera, but anyway, as you can see, we've got a lineup of F models here today. I'll just quickly take you through them. Oh, there's another one out the back there too, can't miss the pizza oven. So this one here on the end, it's a 1971 FR795. It's got a fiberglass cab which was produced in Melbourne, Australia, and it's one of the early trucks on the R model chassis rails, so they call them an FR, which is uniquely Australian. Well, and some went to New Zealand, but they were built here initially. This one here is a 1963 F600, F607 to be exact. Came out with a P motor, 180 horsepower with a duplex box. It's got the steering conversion from right to left, which is that big box there that you can see, and you can see the cover of a shaft running across to the other side, and the steering box is on the left hand side. There's your steering shaft. And that's where all the wizardry happens. So you've got a 90-degree gearbox under your steering wheel. You've got a shaft inside that cover there, not a chain as some people like to believe, to another 90-degree box, and then your steering shaft there. So yeah, a bit of a wild contraption, but yeah, that's how they converted the early ones, and they were actually done in America. They were built this way for right-hand drive export. I don't know if they went anywhere else in this configuration other than Australia, but anyway, they were built as a vehicle over in the US, and then they were taken to another facility and put into containers, so half broken down again, and then they were built in Australia from container form. Yeah, so F607 RT. R is for right hand drive, T is for tractor, which is your single drive configuration. Not really sure how they came up with that one, but we won't argue. 1000 by 22s on the steer, so all of this series of truck bar 2 in Australia came out with the 1000 by 22s. Still has the oil filter under the battery box there. Round alloy tanks which were painted at the time. Alloy brackets, originally alloy brackets which are the same for your start tank. Second month 63. Don't know if that box thorn or whatever it is, or that rose bush came as genuine feature. I'm not really sure, but I'll have to look at the build sheet on that. There's a little bit more rose bush action on the back wheel, but yeah, the turntable and frame held on with U-bolts and wooden bearers. I don't know if that had quite passed roadworthy standards these days, but certainly it was fairly common practice back in the day. So, just a bit of a time capsule. It's not exactly road registered at the moment, as you can see, but still not a bad old rocket. It's got a bush ranger in it at the moment, just a little 9-speed or 10-speed, and yeah, it's still got the Mack 6-cylinder in it, but it's a turbo engine, so it's not the original donk in it. Yeah, so it's I don't think I'll restore this one. It'll be one that I'll just preserve a little bit once I get it into a shed. This truck here, interestingly enough, has got the well, from factory they only had the one air tank on them, and that was the air start tank. So it was isolated so it would hold start air, and then there was a switch inside the cab which filled your air system from that. Because when you think about it, the only thing that they needed air for at the time was for your brakes and for your windscreen wipers, because the duplex box which it had originally was a two, you know, just a front and a rear section with 2 sticks. So they have added in time another little air tank on this thing, which you can see down there through the rose bush. And so I've just plumbed it up inside to supply that tank. So purely just to get the thing going when I bought it. And when the truck came with when I bought it, it came with the little Road Ranger box. So I just fitted that just because it had been in it. You know, in time I've got a duplex here. I've just got to work out what sort of a shift cover they had for the second stick, and I might set about doing, you know, making it back into an original configuration again. Still got the Mack single drive diff in it, 7:4 ratio. What else have we got here? Yeah, so this is the luxurious confines of the cockpit area. So there's not much original colour left. You can probably see a little bit through there. People must have a thing against matte green. I've got a few old ones here, and we've just painted them horrible colours inside. But anyway, yeah, this is a fairly early one. It's got a different tilt to what the later F models had. Yeah, so just that lock there, and you pull that forward, and hopefully the thing will come up in the air. It's been a little while since I've had it up. The cab, that is. Yeah, so there's the magnificent control panel. Passenger seat, he's got a fair old start there too, by the look of it, it's sitting up a bit. That box there you can see, that's your indicator, left and right. Because obviously the original one on the steering column for a normal column would have been over there. Yeah, that's where they put it. So the old Stuart Warner style gauges in it. Yeah, so. And obviously that cover there, like I said, is for your steering shaft. Anyway, I'm going to see if we can start this thing up today. I'm not really sure how that'll go, but we can only try. So the first step is trying to get that cab up, so I don't know what sort of an ordeal that'll be, but we'll give it a crack. It's got a little bit of fuel in it. I'll put a little bit more in, and we'll just see if we can get a little bit of fuel up to the pump, and see if it wants to play the game. We might see if we can maybe get the guts out of that air start valve there. It was a bit sticky from memory last time I tried to use it. Probably hasn't been started for a couple of years, I don't reckon. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see what we can achieve here. Looks like I just don't know how we're going to go with this tilting this cab. I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit here and see if we can get a little bit of a different view. If I can work out how to do that, that would be magnificent.